I'm Denis, I'm 26 from Wrexham, North Wales. I'm in Birmingham today. Yeah, about 6 to 8 months ago, I was actually training in my local gym and a friend came up behind me to let me know kindly that I was going bald, which doesn't run in the family, male pattern baldness anyway. And it was a spot about the size of a 50p coin at the back of my head. Over a couple of 3 months, that actually developed into more spots over the sides and top of my head, at which point it started to become quite a big emotional impact. At that point I started to shave my head, and gradually over the last 3-4 months the spread of Alopecia Areata, as it is and has been diagnosed, spread to cover quite a large portion of my head. Day-to-day life has been affected pretty drastically, pretty drastically. The thought of taking my hat off, even on a one-to-one basis, you know, very frightening, outside of my comfort zone. I mean, I tend to wear a hat 99% of the time, and the self-consciousness that that's brought on me, and just trying to think about every little thing for daily life, whereas normally I'd have popped out. It would have been a case of, if I'm going out for a meal, a drink with friends, can I wear a hat there? It's pretty binding, is probably the best word for it, which is, so I suppose, the reason for being here as well. It's going to be a massive release as well, to not have to make these considerations day to day. The technique was mentioned to me by a friend. I went online, did a lot of research, and this is where, you know, the best feedback was, and I felt most comfortable with being here as well rather than anywhere else. I just hope the treatment will be a uniformity of sorts to the look of my head. It's very tricky, it's a big task to sort of combat what nature's throwing at you, but yeah, somewhere near normality, and bringing that normality back into my life that was, you know, lost when you have quite a drastic change on your appearance that's sort of sprung on you quite quickly, and yeah, you just crave being able to go back to some kind of normality, and that's what I'm looking for. Yep, my name's Denis and my last treatment was 2 days ago. It's been fantastic, yeah. The team have been fantastic, very professional. The process is a lot quicker than I thought it would be as well. It was literally in, there's your hairline out. And to have that freedom again of going wherever I want, not worrying about wearing a hat, not worrying about what people are thinking about you wearing a hat, all these things, it's been fantastic. Absolutely, I'm smiling. Certain areas you'll find that are more painful than others. There's certain areas where it's quite almost pleasant, it's quite relaxing, and in other areas it's, yeah, there is a bit of pain involved, but I think a little bit of physical pain, which is over in an instant, is well worth the actual gains you make in your overall quality of life. It's a trade-off that's well worth it. I've had 4 sessions. I mean, with regards to the timescales, they varied. Some were longer than others. I think the longest one, probably around about the 5 or 6 hour mark. Well, the first session, I walked out of here, I was able to not wear a hat. That's a massive thing, it was huge. I'd almost forgotten what it was like to not have the topic of a hat on my mind. I'd almost forgotten, you know, what that felt like. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing, to be quite honest, yeah. Yeah, advice for people suffering from alopecia. It's obviously a very tricky thing to be dealing with. I think the most important thing is to remember that you do have an option, because alopecia is pretty indiscriminate and it'll kind of take over your life in an instant, but to know that there's something that can, you know, basically fight back against that. This is on your side, you know. The process is something whereby if you have the consultation, you know, you can find out how it'll apply to you. I mean, it might be written over my face, but I would recommend this treatment to anyone. I really would. Whether it be for male pattern baldness, whether it be for alopecia, or for scarring, whatever it may be. If it's something that's creating a burden on yourself emotionally, then this is a procedure that's gonna, yeah, it's gonna unlock the door basically on your life again.